G'day guys, and welcome to World of Tanks with the Magnificent Margon. Well, here's my IS. Now, I played my last battle on this a few days ago, and now I've got the IS 3, wherever it is, right here. It's taken me a little bit to get used to this tank because of a pike nose. This is the first pike nose tank, and yeah, it's something of a learning curve. It's not too much with the whole idea of side scraping and things like that, but I've gone from having a flat front to a pike nose, and I'm not used to actually frontal assaulting people here just yet. So I'm still getting the hang of this thing, but I'm not doing too bad in it. Well, I'm probably doing worse than I thought, but I'm surviving till the end of battles, and then basically dying because I'm outnumbered. And there's not much you can do when you're a heavy tank with a couple of medium tanks circling around you or TDs. So I try my best, get into positions where I can defend myself and attack at the same time, but nonetheless, I actually got my ace tanker on my last battle. As you can see, the little M here, ace tanker. So I'm going to actually show that as my second battle. The second battle that I played on the IS. So, and the first one will just be a minor one that I've played. Now, as you can see, this is not the crew I had on the tank for the ace tanker. This crew actually I trained to 100%. I spent a bit of gold just because I still like the IS, and I still haven't unlocked all the different modulars and guns and engines and radios and things like that, and I would like to do that purely and simply for the fact that the next time I go down a tank line in the Russian tier, I won't have to train as much in the way of gunnery and weaponry and stuff like that. So it's something that I do. I keep a tank, I just play it casually on the side and try to unlock everything. Now, I would recommend to anyone, I'm pretty sure by memory, on the KV-1S, the 22D to 5T, it transfers over to the IS. Now, if you haven't unlocked that gun, it's going to be a hard slog with really the tier 6 gun. So, I would strongly recommend it when going from the KV-1S to the IS. Some people like the 85D to 5T. I'm not a big fan. This one here, higher alpha damage, is the one, and it works brilliantly and carries across nicely. And it's a stock gun basically. So that's the stock gun there. The D5T. So recommended. Unlock here on the IS. It is a lot easier, and it is a very good gun for the KV-1S. So once you've unlocked that, you then get it here pretty well. Now, as you can see, motors, nothing else actually transfers over. So I unlocked them later because I was playing just for fun on the KV-1S to actually unlock the MT25. So generally I just unlocked everything else while I was at it, just playing on the side. And I've actually just unlocked this at the same time as I finished getting my IS3. So I'm not really, I've put the KV-1S on the back burner. It'd be something I'll play casually on the side just every now and then, just because it is a lols tank. I do like it. But this is more focused on the IS. So yes, aim for the 122 D25T. Nothing else matters. You don't need tracks, you don't need the engine. I don't even have the radio, as you can see. And the other two guns, they're not really worth having. As well as when you unlock that on the IS3, it's the second gun. So you're starting off on the strong foot. So that my recommendation is to unlock the 122mm D25. Real advantage is it's not that much. What is it? 88. 75. Actually, what is it? It must be aiming time. I don't know what it is. Aiming time. Suppression at 100 meters. Who knows? I can never figure it out. I can't even see what the difference is. Who knows? Might be the fire rate or something's different. I can't remember. 175,390. 175,390. 4.0 rate of fire. 4.88. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not seeing much of a difference between the two guns. There should be a difference. Don't know why there's not. But anyway. So the point. Now with the IS, I'll use Tank Inspector again like I normally do. I'll just try and get this in a position where I can read all the numbers on the side. As you can see, 1,230 hit points. Where is the position? There's not really much of a position in this garage where you can read it. There we go. And I'll try and scroll up and down into down in the shadows and stuff. The weight of it, if you're interested, there you go. And that's just with the top gun. Engine power, 600. That's really all I've ever had. Speed limit 34, traverse speed 32. It does get better with the tracks. So top engine will give you horsepower rating of 700, so an extra 100 horsepower, which is pretty good. And traverse speed 35. So that's really the trade up. So you are getting boosts there, like engine power 100, which means you'll be able to get to that top speed faster and maintain speed going up hills and stuff, and the traverse speed being increased by 3 degrees a second. That's not too bad as well. Frontal armor, 120 on the front, 90 on the sides, 60 at the rear. But surprisingly, the rear being angled does give you a bit more. Now that's just plate thicknesses, so you've got to take into consideration the angle, the 45 degree or whatever it's on. So you probably find you might have 70, maybe 80 mils there technically. So I haven't really looked on Tank Inspector yet, so we'll look into that more details. Standard shells, body bar. Rate of fire is 4.88. Turret traverse speed is 28 degrees a second, and that's with the upgraded turret. I actually free XP'd it. I strongly recommend, if you've got the free XP, use it. It will help you out a lot. And I've free XP'd my turret on the IS3. I've actually free XP'd a lot of things, and I do get a lot of free XP now, and I'm using a multitude of different tanks, and I focus on sort of certain tanks that I use the free XP on just to farm them up a bit quicker and get in a position that I'm more comfortable playing. View range 350. Now it's not a great view range, but it's not too bad. Signal range 440 can be better with the top radio and things like that. So all in all, as a heavy tank, it's not bad. Now, as you can see, the difference between the IS and the KV-1S, wherever it's disappeared to, it's over here. Flat panel, angle panels with spaced armour on the side. It took me a long time to get used to this. I was finding it very frustrating because you come around corners side scraping, and that's a flat panel, and they're blasting through there. Then they're blasting through your driver's hole and things like that. So it did take me a bit to get used to, but once I got into the right positions, right way of moving, and everything else, like I'll show you on my IS3, it's the crew I actually have. Now, the commander's got 6th Sense and Recon. Recon giving you the extra view range by 10%, I think it is. I've got Deadeye, so I can damage modes and modulars and things like that more directly. I've found that very helpful to have. And Snapshot for the turret's traverse speed. Clutch braking. I strongly recommend getting clutch braking on the IS and the KV-1S. It helps out phenomenally. Being able to just get around that corner, turn that bit faster, get in that position where you can actually defend and deflect shots is a great help. As well as it's got smooth ride. I don't take a lot of shots on the move, but every now and then I do take shots on the move, and having smooth ride does help out a lot. Ask Kaz, he sees me a lot of the time shaking shots so far. And for my loader, he's only got camouflage and repairs. Now, I really don't understand why I haven't changed it yet to having adrenaline rush. I find a lot of the time when I get down at 10%, having that extra fire rate is good. I don't know why I never changed it. Who knows? There would have been a reason for it, and I just didn't do it. So, but that's okay. That's the way it goes. So that was the crew that I had. I've transferred them up to my IS3. So really now playing on my IS, it is a lot tougher to play due to certain factors and things like that. So let's go over the tank inspector and have a look at the different penetrating points and stuff like that. The other advantage is I did find this engine did catch on fire a lot when I was penetrated. If I had upgraded the engine, it would have given me that little bit more health on the engine, basically, and things like that. So it would have made it a lot stronger. And yeah, that's probably my silliness. But I wanted to get my IS3, and I was farming very quickly to try and keep up with Kaz. But he's still a long way ahead of me because he's already gone down the T150 and the KV4s. Through the ST1 or the STI and the IS4. So he's unlocked a lot of the heavy tank modulars and things like that. So he hasn't got as much work as I've got cut out for me going through as my first tank line on the Russians here. So here we go. Let's go on the tank inspector. Okay, here we are on tank inspector. Now, as you know, I use this tool just to show little things. So we'll go straight into the Armour model. As I said earlier, you've got your 120 mils. So straight through there, 120 mils. Straight through there. It's basically 120 mils, more or less. And you see with those Armour points, you do get a higher deflection rate. And that's the great thing about having either side of this. So you're looking at an average of 220 up, depending upon where you hit. So it's a high deflection area. So generally I try to come around, and I'm hoping people when I'm coming around the corner do shoot those points. 150 on the top plate. Lower glacier is still the weak point, 118. Now up here it is flashing as well as that 100mm point, but just it's 112. So round the top of the turret, just beside the gun on its little cheeks, is quite weak. Along with that, a lot of people do hit you here on the cup holder. It is the high penetration point. And I have died so many times from people just picking that dome off on top of my tank. And as you can see, only 100 mils of armor directly through it. So it is one of those things that you do get hit. Hitting through there, the driver's hatch, it's only 120. So if you got a gun that's pretty well high, 120 or higher, you're going to penetrate most of this. On the side, yeah, pretty weak on the turret on the side. So you're really trying to face hard on stroke. And as I said, that 150 mils. So if I came around the corner, you blasted me through there, 130 mils. So that's what I mean. And that's where I commonly got blasted. Or they hit me up here if I didn't have my turret. Generally I have my turret facing the way I'm going around a corner. Still 90 mils of armor with the tracks, so they hit me through the tracks. 130 mils, so a little bit better if they aim for my tracks. So recommend hitting on the side. Now, as I said earlier, 60 mils turns to about 70-80 mils on the back, so it's not too bad. That little slant there, really you're aiming for the lower glacier point on the arse, 80 mils. So it's a 60 mil plate and things like that. So there was also I don't know, a little bit more armor there on the machine gun port. Some people do aim for that. I always thought it was weak, and it is sort of weak. It's just obviously the angle I was on. So yeah, so that's Tank Inspector showing you the models and stuff like that, and things like that. So it's not too bad and not too shabby. All in all, IS is actually a pretty tough tank. It did take me a lot to get used to this tank. And that was purely because of different things. It does, and I'll say this every now. I thought air jump in a tank just play it the same way as the KV1s. No, every tank is actually different. Every tank has its strengths. Every tank has its weaknesses. It's a matter of exploring all the options, and it took me probably 100 odd battles in this tank, maybe 150. I don't know actually how many I've actually played on it. To get the tank to work. Now here's all the other stats. Some people like to look at those sort of things. So if you want to pause the video here, you can have a look through it all, and all that sort of stuff. Blah 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 blah. All the boring stuff that some people do like to look at. So I'll just quickly open this. I'm not going to go in depth about it. So all in all, in some of it, it's not a bad tank. Whoop, wrong button. There we go. So there you go. If you want to pause through all those, you're more than welcome to and read them and understand them a bit more. And one of those things, as you can see, like this tank's got 175 mils of penetration. So even an IS can penetrate an IS, things like that. So you've got to keep all those things in mind when playing the tank. So, alright, well I'll take you into my first battle I will show you, which is the current battle on my tank crew that I have on it, and then I will show you my ace tanker battle as the last one. Alright guys, this is Runeberg on fire. Now, my computer, for some unknown reason, wanted to lock up, and I couldn't start straight away with the rest of the team. So I'm starting about sort of 2 minutes into the game, which is, yeah, well, it's pretty pathetic, but anyway. And I've got to basically make up time now. I don't know why. Every now and then, randomly, the game just decides I don't want to play the game, and you don't need to play the game. So generally, I end up in a position like this. So yeah, this is one I played earlier on in the day. It's probably not my best mission on this because I was left behind from the start. Now, one thing I did like was the fact that I got free range of this center column by myself, so I used it to my advantage and in some respects, and took my time about things. I generally take my time. It's just the time it takes to actually shoot this gun is a long time. So, well, not sorry to shoot, just to aim is a long time. Pop out here, see a few targets, bounce a shot, land a shot that killed someone for 89 hit points. A bit disappointing, but anyway. Angle my armor a bit, and I've sort of forgot about the guys at the top there, but I thought they were being pushed back a little by the Hellcat, but they're not really. Pop out again, and I cop a hit. I think I detract someone, and I start getting hit hard. I got my loaders being killed, so I decided that it's time to pull back and wait. So, yeah, that's basically what I did. Now, things that are going through my head at the moment are, I've got to watch the 34 and I've got to watch that 29, and I've got to really start to work them and focus on them because it's really only me and the Hellcat that can hit them now. So that's what we end up doing, which is probably the biggest thing for us now. So yeah, so basically that's my aim now. So this is where I turn and really start to focus on these guys. I missed my first shot, but it sort of was just sort of a hit and miss one. Now I was concerned about over my right there a little bit, but they had that covered, so it was more or less working these guys, taking the shots. Now it was quite funny, this 34. I actually did leave him at one stage. Now as you can see, my loading time has significantly increased since my loader got hit. So really because of those things, it did tie things up on me, which is half the problem. So while he was tying me up, it just made it difficult, and particularly the 29. Now 29 was down. Now the 34, I thought, okay, he's gone. I should be able to leave him because my guys are pushing up. Now there's a fair few of our guys. KV2, yeah, could take him out, which he did do. But the only thing is, I didn't realise there was a second 34. So it was quite funny because I've raced out here to play with the ELC and the Hellcat and to find out whatever else is out here and do what I can to help protect the gun-wielding Panther from death. And there's also a T-25 Type 2 out here, which is about to fall, unfortunately. Now I've got a KV2 that's coming to help me. I was hoping that ELC would run out, but he didn't. He's deliberately gone down and done what most ELCs do in last minute battles and take things out. Now I've pulled out here and I was really hoping for the shot, and I had the shot, but the KV2 drove in front of me, and okay, he got the kill, he got the shot, but I don't know, I really really don't like players that sort of pull in front of you when you've sort of stopped in some respects. But each to their own, really. The KB2 does a good job. Like, I miss this Hellcat, but it's very hard to hit something flying along at a million miles an hour. As you can see there, I'm really, really struggling to get that shot. No, fine. And I was probably just a little bit too early then. Lucky for me, the KB2 sort of does have his shot still there, or is the gun? Yeah, KB2 got him. So, yeah, it was more or less that would have been probably the guy that would have killed me in the end. And I see on the map T-34. Like, how can we have not have killed that guy yet? And I've gone, oh, 2 T-34s. Okay, that's why that guy hasn't died. Obviously, he hasn't played the battle. So the 45 is down there fighting him. Our 32, 34 and KB2 just leave him to battle against him. Okay, fair enough. Righto, that sounds fair to me. Okay, this could be close now. Who's going to win this? Okay, our 45 won. Good. So I'm coming up here. I know there's the scumbags in the back corner, but I'm actually concerned now that they've gone up to the right over this road here. So I sort of tried to cut it, and then oh, okay, AMX 1370 F3. No, I didn't get the shot. Damn. Okay, I know. Let's try and get the last target. Now, I don't get the last target, which I was sort of disappointed about. I thought he might have moved up the road, but he didn't move up the road at all. He just sat in his little hole and was hoping no one would go find him and we'd just cap out. So, but yeah, this is a victory. As you can see, not much damage done by me, and I think that was because of my poor start, along with, well, not only the poor start, but just the fact that it crashes. I am looking into why my computer keeps crashing. It does a hell of a lot now, and it annoys me. I think I need to actually upgrade my graphics card because it seems to be a graphical problem. So I'm looking into that. Hopefully, I can then run this game a bit better. So, alright, let's go over to my last battle I wish to show you. Okay guys, well, this is probably actually one of my, well, it's my axe tanker battle. It was probably one of my best ones I did. I was astounded by how well I did. Now, not to shake my own chain and things like that, but I finally got this tank to bounce and work for me, and I just know where I have to go, how to do it, where to go, where to play, and all those sort of things. And the angles I've got to be able to bounce shots, so it's working really well for me. And it comes down a lot, I think, for the cruise skills as well. They have come a long way to help that tank, and cruise skills do give you those a little bit of an edge in the battlefield as well. So, yeah, really strongly recommend the IS. I was a bit skeptical, I was a bit let down by it at first, but it has grown on me. This was a good start. Like, I didn't rush in, and people just lined up for me, and that was sort of the crown moment of this tank for me. It did take me a while to get used to it. So 22mm gun is where it's at. I just let the PZ4H just do what he wants to do. It doesn't bother me. I'm not in a hurry. It did take me a long time to really join this battle, but once I got in those positions, I've really started to get it to work for me. And he's sitting there going, yeah, I'm going to get you, but no, it didn't get me. Didn't get me. So, and as you all know, I do platoon a lot. I've had, today's actually been the worst day. I've been sort of recording this in between bad moments in battling. Hello. Bounce. Look at that. And that's a difference. Like, I've had the time just to sit there and wait. And he just, yeah, okay, I can't have him. I'll make him go. And I walk out and go, well, time to finish people. Tiger. Get out of the way, Churchill. And that was really hair grazing for me. I didn't line that shot up very well. I really did not focus. I want to make sure I took out the target. Now I wheel around, bounce the Churchill one shot. It's BZF 5 up the back there, TD. Goodbye. Oh, what? Okay, 7 points from you can have that, Churchill. And then I'm like, okay, rightio, next target, next person. And I've sort of felt, yeah, I can go up the back now. The T20's cleaned it up a bit up there for me. It's time for me to really push him and get him to move up. So he's pushed up and moved up. And I've come up here and gone, yep, Churchill's waiting for me to come the other way, and I've come this way and gone, boom! And yes, I've kept, I wasn't going to keep this tank at first. I'm keeping it now. I love this tank. It is just hilarious. Wait. 50 hit points, yeah. The T1 heavy can be pretty troll from the front, so I'd rather get rid of him and take the hit. Now I've angled perfectly and bouncing. Zoom in. Issue hit him hard. Perfect. I bounced his shot. And this is where they're like, yeah, we'll get away from that IS. He's too dangerous. And that's what I mean. This was just one of those battles for me. And I enjoyed it. That little light tank, I think there's another bounce, Oh, they're not having much luck with me at the moment. That light tank hasn't pushed out. And this is where I went, okay, rightio, 4. Can I get Top Gun? And I actually really pushed hard to get the Top Gun. As you can see, the little light tanks running around that building go, I don't want to burst you. He goes out. And I just scraped past him. Just. And I go, oh dear. Am I going to get Top Gun? And it was sort of one of those things where I was like, I could get Top Gun. I probably won't get Top Gun. And I was umming now. And it was like, it was hair racing. Then the Tog came up. And I went, oh, a Tog. Righto. And I was quite surprised. Either his loader, he's been ammo racked and everything else. He didn't fire again. And that, he's fired somewhere else. Boom, finished him off. But I didn't get the kill. Gee, I'm not getting Top Gun this match, but the damage I've output, this is good. In the corner, clutch shot now. 2 hit points. Like, what kind of shot was that? Was not worth 2 hit points. Now the T-34. Now the Hellcat, I'm pretty sure was waiting for me to take this guy out. And yeah, I think I changed to having HU. No, I left it as normal AP. And this was my Top Gun kill. This is the kill I had to get to have Top Gun, and it was. I probably should have typed in leave 34 for me for Top Gun, and I came around here and it's just gone straight into his tracks, and I probably could have lined that up better. That was my own silliness, and the Hellcat saved me and kept me alive. And this is where I was now running for that back corner. I've got a preemie round loaded, but that was on because I ran out of normal light rounds and I didn't realise it, and I just can't see him. And this was the disappointing thing. This is where I should have said Top Gun IS, and I didn't. I don't do a lot of typing as I play. I find it too hard, and this is where now I could have had the Top Gun. It was just one hit on him would have been Top Gun, would have been perfect, and he's finished off. So that was my ace tanker battle. I have now got the hang of this, and as I was saying, I think earlier, I might have said it, I can't remember, but as I said, I've been filming this on and off all day. This tank with the Top Gun works perfectly. With the right cruise skills, works perfectly too. Strongly recommend clutch braking, just to get that faster traverse speed, strongly recommend Sixth Sense. They're the two main things I would recommend. Anything else will help you out in any way, shape or form, like Smooth Ride, Snapshot, Recon for the distance. For you don't really need distance on a city battle like this one, and this one is a very good battle to play, particularly with the right crew and right skills of a player. I love this tank, and yeah, I couldn't recommend it any other way. It's grown on me, and as you can see, top tier tank. It just blew me away. It was brilliant. I'm really happy with those results, and I'll show you my on my World Tanks replays where I upload my videos to, where I will also share the link to that website. So if you want to upload your own videos on there and share them, I was meant to do an email. I haven't done that yet. I've been pretty slack on that regard, so I'll have to do that maybe after this. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. But yeah, this tank is a good tank. Yeah, so please, if you want to have go down the IS line. It is a very good tank, and yeah, I enjoy every moment I've played in this tank. And I hope that if you play this tank, you'll get just as much enjoyment as I do out of it. Play smart. That's all I can say with it, and it will look after you if you look after it and you do the right things, the right moves. And as I just showed you then, like, this is Top Gun battle for me. So let's go over to the results. Alright guys, well here you go. Ace Tanker, Steel Wall, High Caliber, and Confederate, just from hitting a lot of players. As you can see, most of the guys that got spotted by me pretty well died shortly after. So great results. Steel Wall because of all the bounces and stuff I've got. High Caliber because I did the most damage, and Confederate just because I hit them all. And my Ace Tanker, I was really impressed by how I played. Like, as you can see, nearly 3,000 damage. Like, the T20 got up there as well. Things like that. Where is it? The Tiger. He did really well. Like, when he versed the when he was in with the Black Prince, he really did shoot a Black Prince up, and that's probably where he got a lot of his damage from. And it really, and like the Black Prince, could have had I've had a Black Prince, and I've had some pretty good Rockstar games in it. I should do a review on the Black Prince. It is not a bad tank, and I might play a few battles in it in the upcoming days over this week. And just do maybe a review on the Black Prince. It is a good tank. Or even the Churchill 7. I did like Churchill 7. And with the Churchill 7, there are a lot of little secrets that people forget about with them. So, yeah, unfortunately, as you can see, not quite Top Gun, but that's okay. That's just the way it goes sometimes in these games, and I'm not in it to get these sort of things, and if they do happen, I'm really happy. Detail report, 15 shots, 12 direct hits, 12 penetrations, doing that much damage. But my armor only blocked 1,000 damage, and I still got Steel Wall, so that's not too bad. As you can see with my premium account, good profits there compared to the losses and stuff like that. So yeah, damage using my assistance, not a great deal, but just enough. So it was a great battle for me, and I don't know how else to recommend it. So yeah, so if you guys do like my videos, like my reviews and stuff like that, as you all know, I don't get. I think this is my 3rd or 4th Ace Tanker out of all the tanks I've got. I don't get confident in a tank for a long time, and I think this is probably close to my 200th battle in this tank, maybe. So, and it does take me, and as I said, this was the last battle before I got my IS-3, and as I was talking to Kaz about this earlier in the evening before I got my IS3, I said to him, it's either going to be 4 losses, 2 wins, or a win Rockstar game. I got 3 losses and a Rockstar game, so I was very happy with the results. This was probably the best way to go out on this tank. I still have this. I'm still unlocking a lot of the gear on it, as you can see. I actually unlocked the radio, I think, today on it. So now it has top radio. I'm currently working on getting the engine for it, so I will have top engine. Because I really want the top engine, well, the engine that so it can roll over into my IS3. So I generally keep my tanks, if I can roll gear and modulars and stuff over, and I just play double stars on them, or I use it to help out friends. Mr. Jello's is still in tier 7, so I'm keeping the IS so I can play with him on the IS, because he's got an IS2. So I might as well play similar tanks as what he's got, just to get by. I think the only difference is the IS2 has a pike nose on it, I believe. So it's more of an IS3 playing style, but it's close enough. I know how to play this tank now, and I'm pretty confident in it. So yeah. So if you like this video, guys, this review that I've done on the IS, please like it. Please, well, basically rate it. As well as if you would like to subscribe to my channel, please do. There is plenty of content up on it now. I think I've got nearly over 40 videos up here of just random battles. There are different reviews on here and whatever else, and I am trying to get reviews going a lot more. I've now got some really good videos and stuff like that I've been able to capture some really good stuff. It's a pity I don't have a lot of my earlier games of playing. But at the same time, it's probably a good thing, so I can't put a lot of those up. I didn't realise at the time that you couldn't. Well, I actually got a bug. I don't know what it did, but it completely killed all my starting videos. So I couldn't actually watch them, which was really weird. And I don't know whether it was the mod I had for XVM at the time or what was going on, but I just couldn't play them. And even when I sent them to Kaz couldn't play them for me. So yeah, it was one of those things. It was just really random and different. So yeah, if you like to subscribe to my channel, please do. More people that subscribe, the more famous I get. Well, not really famous, but the more other people get to see my content, and I really hope it helps people out and things like that. So yeah. There is a Facebook page. I am putting an email up soon, so you can email me to say, yep, doing a great job, or if you want me to have a look at some of your videos, if you've got a video you want me to look at. Now, I would like, if you're going to send me videos and stuff like that, if they could be done through World of Tanks replays, it makes it a lot easier for me. Then I'm not getting sent all these big massive files, filling my email box up with files. It's just little notes, little sort of web page links. If I get on there and I can't actually watch it and I do like what I see, for whatever reason, I might ask you to email me the file. So see how that goes. So yeah, even if you want me to share your game, or if you guys think I should start a new segment of some description, let me know. Write down in the comments. Say, hey, what if we do this? What if we do that? I'm open for opinions. So yeah, liking, Facebook, subscribing, all works in my favour. Email is coming. I will have that operational for the next video, which will be coming out tomorrow. So yeah, outside of that, guys, well, this one's coming out tomorrow. It'll be the day after. So yeah, for a lot of you. So yeah, happy hunting, guys, and I will catch you on that battlefield.